listen. I hope you can see. Okay, that's pretty far. Hope you can see. We're gonna actually do some drilling today, along with some metal cutting. This is going to take a while. I've already recorded both of these prior, so I think this is one that we can do live. And I am writing the times down for this, so we're gonna wait a little bit. And this is a little bit blurry, but it's okay. I hope nobody has, I think it's called trypophobia. Because this piece of cardboard has a lot of holes. I can hear a lot of static through the headphone. Let me switch it up a little bit. All right. Sounds a little bit better. Hello, Tadlock. What do you mean, not me? It's a pretty nice day. We have sunlight today, so. Oh, you don't have a few holes. I do, but this is, I think because I know what I use this for, it doesn't bother me. I also don't look at it much. I like blur it out. I don't know. So back here I have my drill. We're going to be drilling today. I hope it's not too loud. Okay, it doesn't sound too bad. But I don't know. I'll try to keep it as quiet as humanly possible. So I did see somebody in my comments or leave a bunch of comments about what drill bits I use. I like this brand. Sorry, Talak. It's I'll let you know when I turn the drill on. But it's Gyros. And 25 drill bits come in this little thing. So far, I only have 4 left, so I might have to purchase more. But they're a hit or miss. Like, sometimes they work perfectly well, sometimes they don't. The ones that don't drill through the copper, I'm able to use for, like, wood. So, that's fine with me. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to say, these are number 71 of the sets that they have. They have different numbers, but I use 71, and that's 0.660 mm. Anything smaller than this, I think the blade that I use will have issues going into. But you could probably use a very thin blade. This is the thinnest blade I have. And it will probably fit that blade into a smaller drill bit, but this one works really well for what I need and the amount of detail that I need. So it's fine. This is gonna be a lot of drilling because I don't know how many holes this owl has, but it's a lot. And on the side I have my oil. This is literally just cooking oil. It's meant to cool down the blade, not the blade, the drill bit as it's being used. So I dip into it every time. It just slides through the copper super easily. So I'm gonna start. And this is the most tedious part of what I do. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm not covering too much. You will probably not be able to see anything. But I'm gonna start drilling. I have it at the wrong setting. You can hear my bird. I tried to leave him out today so he could roam around, but he was messing with my entire setup. So I can tell that I drilled a hole when I feel the blade sliding, not the blade, the drill bit sliding down. I forgot to write down my time. Okay, there you go. But yeah. I think I'm off camera. I think the drill is so loud, but I don't know. I might have to switch out microphones just because this microphone picks up everything. It doesn't take long to drill. It's probably like a few seconds. Okay, I think that is too loud. Let me switch out microphones. Maybe that will help with the noise, because this microphone just picks up everything. All right, let's see. Am I using the wrong one? I'm getting tangled here. How is that? I can barely hear. Hold on. Okay, that sounds a bit better. Let's see how the drill sounds. Okay, that's less loud. I think, I don't know, somebody let me know. I'm gonna continue drilling. Oh, I see. Okay, let me switch once again. It's just, I think it's just pretty loud sometimes. Can't really muffle my drill. But I've done a stream on Instagram, or a live video before on Instagram about drilling, and it wasn't too loud, but I don't know if my drill is just getting old and it just gets louder the older it gets. But yeah, I don't know how many holes I actually have to drill for this. I haven't counted. But it's a lot, so this might take a while. So depending on what happens, we might get to drilling the flower, or maybe not. I don't know. This is where I usually just listen to music while I do this because it's so tedious and just so much. But I am dipping my drill bit onto the oil at a time between holes. It just helps. And it's pretty amazing how much cooking oil helps to cool down the blade. Not the blade, I keep calling it a blade, the drill bit. I watched a video on YouTube about drilling because I didn't want to buy the oil specifically for a drill bit. And I saw a guy testing out different things that people recommended. And apparently cooking oil worked really well. And I've been using it for a really long time. And I keep it in this little container covered. And then there's just a little bit of oil and it goes a really long way. But give me a sec. I might share this with some people. Maybe not, because right. So what are you gaming, Toddlock? Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight. I can't speak today. I was woken up rudely today by my brother. So I just I feel like I woke up and that was that. I was forced to, I was like, he scared me. So I woke up really fast, but I was tired. It's fine. I needed to do this, and I think at some point the internet people are coming over to my house, but oh no, today's Wednesday. Never mind, they come tomorrow. I was worried. I'm like, should I really go live today if I have people coming over? And then usually my dogs are barking and everything, but I'm getting my days mixed up. Today's Wednesday. Okay. Let me try again over here. It's not working. Okay. No, that's okay. When it comes to drilling, I place strategically, but not really. Like some spots are just very obvious where you need to place the drill to make a hole, but in other spots it doesn't really matter where, as long as it's somewhere that isn't going to disturb the design if it's really detailed and small like this one. But a lot of the time the designs that I make are like somewhat loose and abstract, so if I misdrill or make an area a little bit thicker because of the drill bit, then I fix it when I'm cutting it. But most of the time I'm just chilling on placement. Is it still visible? Again, like, if you want to see closer shots of this, I do upload shorts and stuff that have closer angles of me doing this. I can't get any closer than this because otherwise I get in the way of the camera and all that. All right, let me take a quick hand break because my hand is hurting from drilling. Yesterday I worked, and on Tuesdays I work at a old couple's house. And over there, I used to take care of the old lady because she hurt her hip and hands or arm, and she couldn't do a lot of her daily tasks, so I would help her. But then I kind of got more hired by the husband after she recovered, and so I do a lot of DIY at his house. And currently, he has me cleaning all of the windows from his house that were overpainted. And it requires me grabbing a blade um, and scraping away at paint. And that really messes with my fingers. So my hand has been just struggling since yesterday. There's just like, my thumb is like, it hurts so much today. It's okay. I'm just gonna take this resting time to share some stuff on the social medias. Mm-hmm. An iPad is my worst enemy. Oh, thank you, Toddler. I hate that I can't just Bluetooth through the iPad. It has to be all Apple connected, and everything that I have is like, I mean, I have a Samsung phone and a gamer's laptop. So it just doesn't connect with it unless I have like Apple stuff or iTunes stuff connected to it. And it's the most annoying thing ever. I hate it so much. But it was gifted to me by my ex. So so I use it. I don't know. I'm gonna share it here if anybody wants to join. Don't laugh at me, Tadlock. This is serious. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. How do I put an emoji here? Uh, I can't spell. There you go. I'll go with that. All right, let's keep drilling. I didn't put my resting time for like 5 minutes or something. I have to keep track of everything because of when I start pricing my work. I want to see if everything falls around the same price line because some designs are easier to drill and cut than others, and others aren't. So it's like, should I price them at different things? I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. She probably hates this noise, but there's nothing more that she hates than a vacuum. My bird. It's okay. I'm just drilling. It's okay. Price them at how hard they were to make and how long it took me. I usually price them. Yeah, I usually price them based on time. Nothing is like necessarily complicated. It's just like when I say hard, I mean like some take longer than others to make. And sometimes I do a thing where if I'm specifically making, what do you call them? Collections, like this will be a collection, then I maybe price everything around the same after I have figured out the timing for everything. But other times, if it's like very individual designs, then I price them individual, I guess, to how long that specific one took me. Just because I don't want to like charge a lot for something that took me not long. But these are just, this is where I'm just like, well, they're all kind of the same. and all of that. So this is probably one of the most expensive things I've made in a minute. At least compared to my jewelry. Like, jewelry was the last stuff that I made. And a lot of that came out fairly affordable. But I'm hoping that I can sell and market these correctly. And they should do fine. I don't know if you know what they are, Tadlock. I know that Titsumi gave it away one time. Oh my god, what the heck? They are. I thought it would be really hard to like tell what they are. But they are bookmarks. I think my drill is dying. I have a spare battery, but I can kind of hear it. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's good to know. I know that so I don't know if you remember that I said previously that I applied to a residency. I had Titsumi read over my proposal or my cover letter, one of the two. And I remember she said in one of our chats what these were. But that's because I mentioned them in my proposal slash cover letter. And I told her that it was supposed to be a secret unless somebody directly said something or asked me about it. But if it's really obvious, then I was going to do something like cool, but maybe it's not going to be as easy as I think. It's pretty obvious that they're bookmarks. Why are you crying? No. What I say? What did I say? About my... I forgot what I said, honestly. I see. You be like that sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I could fall asleep doing this. Okay, I need a small break again. I think my hand is getting tired because I'm trying to angle this in a way where the drill is not going to be directly towards the microphone, so it's straining my wrist a little bit. The sun is really shining today and it's making my eyes even more tired. I don't know if you have, but thank you, Padlock. Okay, so wow, time really goes by fast. Been live streaming for 41 minutes. And we're almost done drilling. Just a few more holes and then I can start the cutting. It does. Well, this specific one just has a lot of details. The most detailed piece I have. But yesterday I went live. I think you missed it. That's okay. And we did this one. Is that visible? No. When we did this one, the top, no, we did the bottom. And this bottom was really easy to cut, so the live stream didn't last long. But can you tell what this design is? On the top. Sorry, I kind of got. I made this design and I showed it to my mom, and she just couldn't tell what it was. Yes, it's a dog. She couldn't tell what it was. So I only printed out one because I'm like, well, if she can't tell what it is, then not a lot of people are gonna like it. It's a little bit complicated when it comes to making dogs. What do you mean, what? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, she couldn't tell what it was. I told her, I showed her, and she just like couldn't comprehend what it was. And that's okay. It's a bond. Yeah, the thing with doing doing dogs is that there is so many different breeds of dogs that I feel like I can't, what do you call it? Like I can't do every single dog. But that one worked out because I tried to do different ones and that one was the best one. But dogs are so personal to people. So only a person who has a bloodhound is probably going to like this bookmark. But other people who don't really have dogs or like have other breeds of dogs are probably not going to be drawn to it. This is something that I said yesterday in the live stream, was that a lot of the time it's me making designs in a way where people, if they want something more personalized, like I can 100% do that. But sometimes it's sometimes a hard thing. But yeah, I was surprised as well that my mom didn't see the dog, even though I was like, Mom, it's clearly a dog. But to each their own, I guess. All right, took a quick break again for my hand. And we're back to drilling. We literally only have a few holes left. Like, shouldn't be this hard, but let me clean out my drill. This flower is the most annoying to do, but it's also, when I hold the voting, it's the one that people like the most. So I'm using it a lot, but it's definitely a lot of work. It's just the most, I think it's the most detailed. If anybody who's just joining reads that, they're gonna be like, what? Well, I'm glad I'm bringing calmness to your chaos. Yeah, I can hear my drill dying. I just use it until you can't give me anymore. I'm just that stubborn sometimes. And it's so easy to switch out the battery of a drill, but it's, I don't know, I like these things its whole life. Da, 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 da. Okay, hold on, let me look. Okay. I tried different ways of drilling this specific stem. And I'm looking at my old ones to see which one I like the most, because they can all be different. That's okay. In my brain. It's just literally right next to me. It's okay. She's just very interested in what I'm doing. Yeah, I call this like, let me see. Alright, now the most annoying parts. These tiny things here, super annoying. Hate them. But they're necessary for the composition and design of this piece. When I drew them, I'm like, these are going to be the most annoying things to cut. And they are, because they're so tiny and almost like, they almost feel pointless when I'm cutting them. But then when it's actually done, it's just necessary. That's okay. And what I've noticed is that some people see those details. And I wouldn't think they do, but I attend like some vendor shows and things like that, and people notice. People notice the tiny details, and they're like even more fascinated by it. So yeah, you do see the beauty at the end. I shared this in my last, like the live stream that I did yesterday. But when I do vendor shows and things like that, I tend to like, I share a lot of shorts on this channel, as you've seen. But a lot of the time, I take the really long form videos and make a giant video out of it. And I take my iPad and I play the videos while at shows. And it helps my sales, or at least it helps people be interested in what I do and take a business card. And I often see people just staring at the videos from afar, interested. It's always a nice thing to do, especially like as a way of starting conversation with people. Or because they want to know or are interested in how you do it. So having the video there helps. And then I sometimes take my saw with me as well, so they can see exactly what I use to make my designs. Am I in frame? I can't tell. Okay, there we are. We're almost done drilling. Yeah, because now they see what's going on and what's made of and how hard you worked on it. Yep. And how much you care about the work you do or your work. Yeah, that's true. I was actually talking to my mom about this yesterday because I feel like I don't have the personality for social media. I don't know how to explain it, but I see other artists who are really into social media and they're very personable. And I feel like that's not me. But I talk to a lot of people and I've always noticed that the thing that they like about me is how passionate or dedicated I sound when I'm talking about my work or future work and all that stuff. So I've been trying to like think of a different approach of doing that so I can grab the right audience when it comes to that, because I'm such a serious person when I talk, I feel. So I don't know, but I hung out with some friends recently. Well, I said recently, I think it was like in January. But you know, they're also artists and they have like full-time jobs that are not exactly in the arts. So, or if they are in the arts, I think it's hard to have a job in the arts as an artist because you give so much creativity to that one thing that you can use your creativity for your own stuff. And so I talked to those friends in January and they were, I could just tell that they were just tired. But I like that Alexis said that I inspired her just by like sounding exciting or excited about things that I wanted to do. Hi, I hear you. Hello, Dusty. Just stopping by for my appreciation. Thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. I know we kind of spoke recently. So, so you do sound like you love what you're doing. I do love it. I think it's very unique and a new thing that a lot of people haven't seen. Or I actually have seen a rise of like hand metal cutting a lot on Instagram. So that's really exciting. But because there aren't a lot of people that do this, there is a huge distinction between what everybody's making, which is also really cool. But then outside of jewelry, I'm definitely making different things because I learned this technique or this medium as a sculptor first, then a jewelry maker. But this is our last hole, and we're literally making it at exactly an hour. All right. Okay, the drilling itself, yeah, definitely took almost an hour. Damn, what? I started at 1:36, supposedly. And it is currently 2:30. So that definitely took around an hour. I did take like 4 breaks in between. It's because it's hungry. Yeah, maybe. Usually when I do this, I'm just like going through it. But also like I'm in a weird position just because of the setup. That's okay. I'm gonna put this back here. Checking all my holes. No, I forgot to drill there. Good thing that I lifted it up. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed that I didn't drill a hole. 2, 4, 6, 8 holes. 9, 10, 10 holes that I'm still yet to drill on the owl itself. I love that for me. All right. So, whatever. I'm not gonna time this. My hand was so excited that we were done drilling. What would suck now is if my drill did die. What is it? Uh, It better not die. It sounded like it was, so maybe it's not going to. It sounds very powerful right now. I'm also not drilling at full speed because that's not good for the drill bit. And then sometimes, like when I'm by myself, I do drill at full speed, and that's when I can hear it dying more. So I thought that's what was going on, but apparently that's not what was going on. I think it would have been worse though if I hadn't checked and I'm cutting the owl and then I realized that I missed 11 holes. That's when it's like truly tragic because then I have to stop my metal cutting groove to drill, and that's the worst feeling when I'm doing this type of work. All right. Hello. Just a few more holes and we're done. I'm gonna check my other out because I don't know if I did cut. Yes, I did. So this is the last hole. The other eye. All right. I can officially turn this off. I think. Let me just check it. You can see all the holes when I lift it up, and that lets me know that I drilled all the way through. Because it literally feels like I don't drill for so long, which that's true. This is very thin copper. It's like 20 gauge dead soft copper. So, but it does look like cool. It looks like stars in the sky sometimes when I do it like this. But I'm just double checking that I did drill everything. Yep, everything should be drilled. So now we get to the cutting, the actual fun part. It's less tedious than drilling. Just cleaning it up a little bit. It makes me feel better amongst all the mess to clean up at least a little bit. Darn it. I knocked it all under my other pieces. Now I have to make constellation bookmarks. That sounds like a lot. It would be cool if it was just that, but I don't think it's will read specifically well. All right, I have to move the camera a little bit to do this. How are we looking? Ah! I don't do anything with the copper dust. Not this one at least. Can we see? It looks like we can see. So I might do this one here, the owl itself, and then I might go to Instagram for the flower. Why is the world shaking? It's just my tripod that I moved. But yeah, so I don't keep this dust. Actually, I used to. I have a jar of it somewhere. But I can't really use it for anything. I do collect the dust from when I sand. This is that dust. It's really fine. I don't want to take it out because it's just really fine. But I use it for copper on copper painting. So I use it to paint copper or oxidize copper in a very natural way because it's using copper to do that. It doesn't require any like toxic chemicals or anything. It's just vinegar, salt, and the copper dust. But it has to be very fine copper dust. This is not fine enough to do anything with it. So we have this here. Maybe you can see a little bit. Figuring out what's best. Oh yeah, you might be wondering what this upper side is. Some of them have it. Let me pull one that I can easily. So like this one has it. Because they're bookmarks, this is where I was gonna do a string thing situation, but I don't know if I will. I might have to end up cutting it off completely. So I'm not touching some just because I don't know if I'll be cutting it out. what I'm doing is visible, but it's kind of hard to get closer. Yay, string. String is a positive good thing. Yeah, I feel like some of these I don't want to have the string if it's not necessary. So I'm gonna buy the string and see if I like it. And I don't have the string option for all of them. But at least I did 1 and 1 just in case. I feel like I'm not cutting straight. This is... Alright. How are we looking? I feel like I can actually get you closer. Let me see. No, you can see my... I don't want no feet on the internet. Alright. This seems pretty good. I can zoom in a little bit. It's good that they gave me that option to zoom in. There you go. No, I can't remember what I did next. I think I actually cut the owl, or do I cut this? I can't remember. I'm just gonna go in. Doesn't matter, I think. This should be sturdy enough. What do you mean, never mind? Watching the process is awesome. Seeing the time and effort that goes into your art makes me love my piece even more. Your piece was hard to make, Dusty. It's still one of the biggest pieces that I cut with this saw that I'm using right now. But it was like such a challenge in every way, and I loved it though. it's still one of my favorite pieces because everything was just so clean. And I felt honored that you picked me for that project. But yeah, your piece required a lot of drilling, a lot of very strategic placement for cutting. Just because of the size, and the lettering was also fun. I haven't done lettering since that piece, and I loved the lettering. I know you said that to me before, how you try to advertise what I do in a subtle way. I think also the video of me making the mushroom necklaces is one that people really liked because of when I toss the mushrooms, because I'm super, like, I'm dusting them off or like trying to get all the dust out by just like tossing them. But a lot of people just found it very funny that that's like how I would do that. But you gotta be violent with the pieces sometimes. I also usually do a lot of time lapse, so I think people don't know or understand how long it actually takes for me to make a piece. Like, it's really not that long, but I think people assume it's a lot shorter than it actually is. But that's why I like to share the process and all that, because then also people assume that it's done through a CNC machine or laser cutting or something, and that's not really the case. Trying to see if I do want to fix that part. Nah, yes, I'll make it there. Aw. Well, at least I'm glad you were either able to find it. or that it didn't fall completely from you. Because I made a necklace for my brother too. I made an owl one, I think. And I think he said that it fell twice, and the second time he actually did it. He didn't feel it the second time, so he lost it. And I remade it for him. And then we put it in a different chain. Meanwhile, because he just wasn't sure if he wanted what I used previously. But I'm glad you didn't completely lose it. Sorry if I'm a bit more quiet. Some of these details are really tiny and I have to keep blowing at the piece so I can see what I'm doing. Oop, those lines got really close. It's actually hard to see from the... Oh, the clasp broke. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm getting more quiet. I was saying yesterday how, because I've cut the bottoms a lot more than I've cut the tops, I can talk more when I'm used to the design that I'm cutting. But this is my second time cutting this owl, and it's a tricky one. I have to take off, keep up the good work, do more streams. I could watch this all day. You take care as well, Dusty. Nice always talking to you. Thank you for joining. And I'll try to do more streams. I have to be a little bit, what do you call it? I just have to have something ready because a lot of the stuff I just record to make videos. So my issue here, I don't know if you can see. It's kind of hard to see, but this line on top is so close to this bottom one. They're actually blending into each other in the stream. I see that. So that's not great. I don't think I angled my saw when I made those cuts. So that sucks. There is a form of, like I said previously, strategic cutting, especially when there's a lot of details like this so close to each other. When I'm cutting on the right side, I try to tilt my saw a little bit to the left. And when I'm cutting on the left side, I try and tilt my saw a little bit to the right. That way, because I can't fully see what's happening underneath. So that way, if I am cutting, I have an idea of how much space is in between the materials. And I'm not cutting so close to the positive space that I cut into other lines that I already made. But I messed up on that one, so the lines got way too close. You can't really see it from the front. It looks very separated. But then the back, you can see that the lines are really close to each other. Don't love that. Messed up there, but it's okay. That's not exactly a structural area, so I'm not extremely worried about it. But it does suck. Looking at my owl to see what I did last time. Yeah, the only thing about this design is that we're getting onto the parts that are literally just like two cuts. And so I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be moving so fast. Like there you go. Like that's literally it for that cut. And now we're gonna, I mean, besides these two areas, the rest are the same. So you're just gonna see me off camera most of the time. I'm just backtracking right now because there isn't much to grab on this side if I'm cutting from over there, so I'd rather backtrack to the hole that I need and cut from this side. There we are. Now we flip it. I think that the sun is leaving me. What time is it? It's 3. It shouldn't be leaving so early. Okay. Oops, all right. Okay, it's not letting me. Oh, there you go. Clover, come on. There we go. Got that one done, even though I thought I said last time that I wasn't gonna cut it that thick. But now that I'm looking at it again, it doesn't look bad. Oh, we're at an hour and 36 minutes. This is gonna be a long live stream. Going more into that one, I'm gonna make it a little bit thinner. This way it doesn't look super weird. That is what we have done. I don't know if you can see. Definitely looks like an owl now. Now we have to cut all those tiny holes, and those are the ones that are gonna be super quick, super fast. Actually, there's one more long one that I have to do, but then after that, they're all very short. And then we can cut the negative space and we're good. But if people do want me to do more live streams, I'd be so down to do that because it, I don't want to say it forces me to work, but it kind of does force me to work because I tend to get distracted very easily with other things. So then I'm not focusing on this, but on the live stream, I'm working on this because that's what the live streaming is about. And then I can't really procrastinate or get distracted with other things because I'm literally just here. So I was thinking of doing that because I still have a bunch of other designs to go. Another thing that could be done is showing the sanding process, but that isn't fun. It's honestly my least favorite part about working with metal, or specifically, or at least jewelry pieces and these type of pieces, because it's just like there is so much detail and all the dust gets in there, and then this copper is so malleable that there's areas that tend to bend easily, and those sometimes are really hard to sand. But what I could do as a fun thing is do the rough sanding and then show the cleanup. So that would be me going back and just refining some of the stuff that I'm not able to refine on this first pass, because sometimes it's really hard to see if I've made the right cuts or if they're defined enough and clean. And I can only tell once I've sanded it a little bit. Thank you, Toddlock. Thank you for joining and staying here for a very long time. So you've been here almost an entire 2 hours, and I appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Definitely getting tired and the sunlight is leaving us. So I don't really know if I'll be able to go live on Instagram after this, but we will see. I'm trying my best to bring something new to you guys. But yeah, as you can see, I'm literally making 2 small cuts. Taking the saw out or the blade out and then reinserting it on the next hole. It's not the most complicated of things. But then it also just makes the stream go by so quickly. You can tell that I'm tired when I start sighing a lot. But I've been literally sitting here for 2 hours. I usually take like a good break. So I don't think drilling is like as exciting on stream as I think. So if that's something that you guys enjoyed, like I don't mind doing it. We'll definitely have to take a break in between or something. But these holes are a little bit more defined on the end. So something new, something interesting. But I like going on stream on Instagram just because I can play music and I won't get copyrighted for it. Or not stream, but live. We're reaching the end here. Very exciting. I've been thinking as well of going back to like TikTok, but I'm dreading it. It seems like I could do really well there. I've heard a lot of people be like, you can do really well on TikTok. But that's hard to do, I think. I do have a page. I used it for a while on there. I did announce that I was leaving and people could follow me on Instagram or YouTube because I probably would be posting there more. But again, these are just very short cuts that I'm making. And we have a few more holes to go. So that's exciting. Even though this owl is kind of complicated, I really do like it. I'm ready to low-key take a nap after this. I don't really take naps. I'm just like, I got woken up early, I think. So I'm definitely tired currently. But my eyes aren't too tired that I can't work, because sometimes if I'm not haven't slept a good amount, I can't see at all what I'm doing, and that's a little bit dangerous to do when you're using a tool that can 100% cut you and cause a good amount of damage. So we have one more hole to go and we're done with the owl. And then welcome back, Tadlock. We're almost done. I decided that I will go all the way back for this. double checking it that it looks good. It looks good. And we're done. Everybody's favorite part, me just completely miss being aggressive with my materials. I'm gonna put this underneath, see if it helps to view the design. Are we able to see? I don't know why this camera is so blurry, but here we are. You can see how these lines are really close to each other. Don't love that, but besides that, it turned out really good. So I'm kind of tired. It's been 2 hours since I've been working on this. So I'm gonna end the live stream here. I'm sorry that you just came back, Todd Luck, when I'm done. If the sun doesn't leave me early, I'll definitely go on Instagram to live stream the flower. But I think you saw my live stream on the flower previously, Todd Luck, so. It was the first live stream I did. It was that flower, I think, at least. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break and recuperate myself before doing the Instagram one. I might not end up doing it because, again, the sun is setting. Let me show you. Like, the sun is literally, like, you can see some of the reflection of the sun right there. That's not gonna last. So we'll see. Thank you so much for joining. I have other live streams and shorts that you can check out and things like that. And if I'm gonna be live streaming on my sculpture Instagram, so that's at Diana Laura Designs, very similar to how my YouTube channel is called. I don't have enough following on the one for the jewelry making, handmade imperfection, which is where I would usually live stream, or where I would like to do this, but that's okay. I'm just using it as an opportunity to advertise that Instagram on my original Instagram. You have a good day as well. Bye bye.